la 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 la. Tranquil mind finds a shelter where no anger, hate, shedding blood. Gunfire seeking safety under humanity. There is love, friendship, and unity. No more war and violence, and rape for peace. No more war and violence, and rape for peace.
I am reciting my articles, then I will call to others one by one. Can you hear me, everybody, please?
Yes, please.
Yeah, my article is Religious Coexistence in the Light of Islam. Nurul Haq. Throughout the history, human beings had to work together to continue coexisting in a changed world, full of uncertainty and new threats. This is how we survive as a species and how we survive the Great Tribulation. It is almost impossible to talk about the importance of coexistence without considering some context. The world gives us a home and it becomes possible to live here peacefully. We all understand the importance of addressing aspects such as peace, social equality, non-discrimination, and elimination of violence in all its forms. One aspect that needs special attention is the commitment to non-violence. While this is undoubtedly the most evident and obvious form of it, it is important to understand that violence does not specify mean physical aggression. An example is how to speak with respect to each other and knowingly without resorting to aggressive communication. One needs to understand without discrimination and acknowledge the difference rather than attack, criticize, or diminish. Gandhi spoke a great length about the art of nonviolence, showing that it was the only way to promote harmonious existence between individuals and nations. Knowing how to live together peacefully is a backbone of every aspect of human life. Peaceful coexistence is essential for any community, club, workplace, or any other setting where we come to complete contact with other people. Coexistence will never be possible if we do not learn to appreciate each other and acknowledge that other people like us have their own opinions, sources, values, and needs. We are all different yet equal. We all deserve perception, respect, and the opportunity to build the life that we want. To achieve this, we must work to build greater solidarity and empathy. We can understand what the Quran, Holy Quran says, I am responsible for my work and you are responsible for your work. You are innocent of what I do and I am innocent of what you do. It is from Surah Yunus, verse 41, last part. Here is the tafsir. In the first part of this verse, it is forbidden to worry about the unbelievers. In this part of the verse, they are told to leave them in their estate. It is the duty of the prophet, the messenger, and the responsibility representatives to convey the messages to the unbelievers. Their responsibility is to show the way. It is not their responsibility to force anyone to convert. Islam believes in personal responsibility. The other is not responsible for one's action. Allah is Almighty said, you give advice, you are an advisor. You are not their controller. We are nobody to control any other religions people. So according to the Quranic declaration, there was once no religions division in the world. All people believed in one God. Later, people become divided. The Quran declares that this religious division will be reserved in their hereafter. There is no way to eliminate the division in the world. So there is no alternative to religious coexistence in the life of world. Islam's views of religious coexistence is very positive. Islam considers the whole of mankind as ummah wahida or one community. The Holy Quran, Allah, has been declared as the Lord of the worlds, and so is the guardian of all of Muslims or non-Muslims. Similarly, the Prophet of Islam, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has been called Rahmatal lil Alamin, that is the embodiment of the compassion of the whole world. A similar great book, the Holy Quran, has described the humaneness, a guide for all mankind. So Islam has no provisions on living in the same country irrespective of Muslim, non-Muslim, or religions. Lately, I am telling, I am ending my articles. Allah, the Almighty says, Allah does not forbid you to show kindness and justice to those who have not fought against your religion and who have not expelled you from your homeland. Surely Allah loves the just. In the eyes of Islam, oppressing non-Muslim citizens is more deadly than oppressing Muslims, because there is no hope to forgiveness from him after his death. Thank you very much.